Well, good morning, folks. I promised a special video in honor of reaching 100 subscribers, which we've actually cruised on past by now. But I promised a video that was totally unrelated to the normal remodel construction work that I do. It's something that has some meaning to me, and it's something that I think a lot of people could stand to hear. And the idea for this video came to me when I was reading through comments on one of the videos. It was a project that I was especially happy with how it turned out. The customer was very happy, and people in the comments were all being negative and saying, pointing out all the little things I did wrong in their mind. I don't know if they were even people that did construction, but in their mind, the way I'd gone about the process was not what they thought. So they were ridiculing, and it made me think about how, and it bothered me a little bit, especially at first. But then there was one comment that was overwhelmingly positive, and it made all the difference. And it made me think about doing a video about mental health and how that if we're concerned about the opinions of other people, it can really weigh us down. Now, I'm not saying that the opinions of other people totally don't count, because there is such a thing as constructive criticism. But to determine whether someone is simply being negative or giving you constructive criticism, look at their attitude, the way they are saying what they're saying. And at least in the YouTube comments on my videos, it's generally very easy to discern whether or not someone is, skilled at the thing they're critiquing you on, or whether they're just in the comments, giving their 2 cents and just hating on whatever you're doing. And those kinds of comments, if you let them get to your head, it can really cause you to start to doubt yourself and what your abilities are and what you're good at, which is not healthy, and that's not a good thing, obviously. So the point of this video is to just encourage you when people give you criticism in your life. If it's a close friend or a family member that has your best interest in mind, or maybe it's a mentor, someone that you look up to, when they criticize you, first off, analyze the criticism to see if there's any bit of truth in there. Because even if they deliver it in a way that's not necessarily kind or the most polished version of criticism, if instead of, so your first response can be to become offended that anyone is critiquing your work. But if you take a second to think about what it is that they're saying, take a deep breath, analyze. Is there any speck of truth in what they're saying? And if there is something in your life, or in my case, in a construction job, if there's something in their criticism that is a valid point that you can take from that, even if it's delivered meanly, it can make you a better person. So, especially if the criticism is delivered kindly, take that, don't become offended. You're never going to be a perfect person. There's always going to be small room for improvement in this area or that area. So take that criticism to heart. And this is the hardest thing, especially when it seems like all you get is criticism. When it seems like maybe it's a boss or a parent, or again, a role model, someone that you look up to and you can never seem to do anything right. That can cause bitterness or just a sense of failure. Don't let those feelings creep in. There's always a purpose for you, and there's always something that you are good at, no matter if it seems like it or not. Maybe you just haven't discovered it yet, but there's always something that you are good at, and there's always a purpose for you to keep living. So, all of that kind of stemmed from a few negative YouTube comments on my page. So to those of you who left the negative comments, thank you, because it birthed this video. So again, hopefully you've taken everything I've said and taken it to heart. But I just wanted to say again, in the face of criticism or ridicule or whatever you want to call it, take the time, take a breath before you just react spontaneously. Take that minute to analyze the criticism. Think, is there anything valid that I can pull from this to make me a better person? If there is, then the criticism was worth it. And if there's no bit of truth in the criticism, if you've done everything right, then just ignore the criticism because you've done nothing wrong. So that's just my little couple minutes on mental health and how to handle criticism. So hopefully that can help brighten your day and help you to have a more fulfilled life.